Hey, I have to ask you something.
Okay.
I think you overdid it with this computer.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's like a monolith. It's all lit up. Every time we start, I look at this and I feel like I should build like a huge sculpture out of mashed potatoes. Like I feel this is like a Close Encounter situation.
I'm not sure where mashed potatoes came from in that scenario, but
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You're supposed to love film. Go watch that.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'm telling you.
I wanted you to be set up in case you got really into gaming someday.
It's hypnotizing.
Good.
Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John. Thank you so much for joining us again. Hey, it's weekly reader time.
It is weekly reader time.
And everyone grab your frosty beverage.
I just have water.
You messed up. What can I tell you?
It's all my fault.
Oh, it's that time. We're going to get together. We're going to go over what we did this week, what we read this week. I hope everyone had an amazing, low-stress, 5-star read week. We had an amazing week here on the channel. We're going to go over all of it. We're going to go over what's coming up next, what we read, what we're going to read. It's that favorite part of the week.
It's a good time.
Part of the week.
I like weekly reader time.
Love weekly reader time. It's happy you're here, man.
Good to be here. Looks like you got a lot to go through as well.
We have a lot to go through. I better get started. One of the things I am absolutely most excited about is what these amazing people right here have been up to. These are all the people that are helping us build this channel. They are keeping the lights on, making decisions, because let's face it, we're not great at it.
Nope, horrible.
No, not good at making decisions at all. And one of the main decisions they're doing is they are filling up the bracket. They are filling up the Wonder Wheel, the big wheel of books that we are spinning next week.
What? Yeah, I can't wait.
We are spinning next week. Check it out. This is one of the things they've been doing. I mean, they do this. They vote all the way up to, maybe getting their content, which we're going to talk about a little bit later.
We will.
On the channel. If you're interested in this, check out the Patreon link down there in the description box. But check this out. Bada bing.
There's already a sound effect. You don't have to do that.
I'm going to come up with one that you like so much you stop using yours.
That's not going to happen.
Bada bing.
No.
Hey, bada bing.
You severely.
Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom.
You're disappointing me.
Look at me. Look at the hey, look at the bracket. Hey, oh, look at the bracket.
It's just getting sad.
Look at the bracket.
This is really sad to watch.
We've got 3 more to fill in. The votes are going to happen this week. Next week on the Weekly Reader, last Weekly Reader of the month, we are spinning the big Wonder Wheel of books. And we're going to have a Patreon read picked. I cannot wait. Absolutely cannot wait. So that's been exciting. Wow. There's so much excitement. Let's get into it. Let's just get into it.
Of what happened last week?
Yeah. I can't. I don't
big week.
I don't want to mess around anymore. Let's get right into what we read. What did you read?
I read another chapter of Mistborn on the way down here.
All right. Color me stunned.
And then my eyelids got a little heavy and I was driving, so I stopped. So I started listening to music.
Wait a minute. You were listening.
I had the audiobook.
Okay.
I was listening on the way down here.
So you got one chapter in.
I got one chapter. But it was a busy weekend, so I got a little tired. Didn't want to fall asleep, so I switched over to music.
I will back you up. You've had a lot going on.
Yeah. Good time, though.
Good chapter?
Good. It was one solid chapter.
Do you feel kind of like pulled back in?
A little bit,
Do you feel
actually.
Like it's calling you a little bit?
It was kind of the chapter that felt like that 2-hour-long chapter, the council in Fellowship of the Ring, where everyone's there and everyone's talking for a really long time.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how long that chapter is in Fellowship, but it's quite long.
It goes on.
It felt like that part of Mistborn, and I was just like, all right, let's get through this. And by the end of the chapter, I was like, okay, I'm back in. We're good.
I kind of know you. They
Happy
lay
to
some
be
things
here,
out in
enjoying
that
it.
chapter, if I remember right.
They do, yeah.
You kind of know what's going on.
Some mysteries get set up about some different characters.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I like it.
All right. I'm glad to hear you're back in. Maybe you'll get a little more listening this week.
Have to by December.
Yeah, the clock is ticking, man.
The clock is ticking a lot.
We're almost at the end of May. June is the year's half gone.
I'm very aware.
You say, I got till December. That's half a year now.
I know.
Not a whole year anymore.
I know.
What was that? That's your life.
We'll see how what goes.
Boom. Ba-boom. Hey, boom.
You gotta stop. You can't do this.
I finished book 1, not the novella, the full first book in the Bound and the Broken series by Ryan Cahill. And I was so excited that I read the novella first. I think that's the way to go.
Really?
Yes. And the reason I think a lot of people say, you know what, this is so reminiscent of Wheel of Time, or pick a classic fantasy series where you've got the farm boy being called to something big and, destiny's calling, that kind of thing. It has a lot of those story beats in it that, hey, we that love the genre have seen a lot of times. But if you read the novella first, you see like these huge, larger than human life characters kind of moving through, and you kind of know the cataclysm they came from and the sides they're on, and how they're kind of moving their pieces here at the beginning of this series to try and either reclaim what they lost or hold on to what they've gained. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And I got to tell you, the characters, I am kind of all in with Kaylin, Rist, and Dane. I'm not sure if I'm saying that one right. These three they're a really great stand-in. I'm a big, huge Raymond D. Feist Riftwar fan from back in the day. If I think about fantasy moving in that classic way from the 80s with all the big story beats, Pug and Toman, I kind of feel like these three young men being called to destiny are kind of a stand-in for that. But it's so interesting to see somebody of this current generation that has been moved and motivated and influenced probably by not just Tolkien, which I'm sure he has been, but also by George Lucas, and also by the internet, and also by it's a classic story of fantasy with a lot of the tropes and the beats that we all kind of know and love as a comfort food. But at the same time, the vernacular, the colloquialisms he used, the prose style is so immediate, so present. So today, it's a little bit of a twist. And having read the novella first, I know he's going to start subverting tropes and going a different way after he lays out all of these pieces on the board and we have our playing field set up. Then I think things are going to start to get a little twisted. And I absolutely really enjoyed this read.
Sounds
really
like
enjoyed it. I thought it was a great, strong setup. Did he reinvent a wheel? Did I go, oh, wow, not only did we have those classic tropes, but we had... No, I don't think he reinvents the wheel, but this wheel will roll. This wheel will roll, and I think moving... And I already saw some movement, like I love a series... at the beginning of an artist's career, because you get to a little bit of that artist journey. And I already saw some movement in his prose, like from the first novella to this first book. So, I mean, I'm excited to pick up book 2. I really am.
Isn't there another novella between book 1 and book 2?
Nope, there's the novella before book 1, then there's book 2, and then I think there's the novella.
Oh,
because
okay.
the novella can be after book 1. So you can do book 1 novella, book 2 novella, but I did novella book 1, then book 2, then it's going to be a novella between the rest of them. So book 2 is going to come right up, and I cannot wait to go on with my friend Dr. Philip Chase and Angela from Do Unicorns Read and Chris Novel from Next Chapter and talk all about Bound and Broken, because all those people are probably way smarter than me, and I'll enjoy this book so much more after talking to them.
When are these smarter people talking to you about it?
I believe it's the very beginning of June.
Oh, okay, that's not far.
I think it might be June 1.
June 1?
Yeah, we'll get all the info out there.
Okay.
We got a little bit before that, but I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. I love that I'm doing this as a buddy read because that always just helps me enjoy books more. But I did absolutely enjoy this. And then a little bit of a palate cleanser. I need to pick up something that maybe wasn't epic fantasy. And even though this is self-published, indie published, right? Hey, I don't just because I did that one, I still want to get some indie pub love going for the month. So I grabbed Michael R. Schultheis's Arc of Ascension. little novella here, about a couple hundred pages long, and such a great guy. Sent me a coffee cup. Really super duper guy. I'm trying to organize my thoughts here. Wow. I enjoy it? Yes, I absolutely enjoyed it. Let me tell you, it's a kitchen sinker. And you wouldn't think that being this short.
What is a kitchen sink?
It's got everything but the kitchen sink in there. It's a little bit of a kitchen sinker.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got like some bounty hunter action. It's got one of those, like, humanity has left our solar system, moved out, but we've moved out with the help of this past very advanced civilization, and it's got a little bit of a religious bent because factions of us, depending on which world you are on and how you got there, kind of see these beings as deities. And there's entire religions that have gone up around it. And then you have kind of the bounty hunter has left home because she couldn't get down entirely with the religious fanaticism. And also in the family, a little bit of they're kind of wise guys. They're kind of, you know what I'm talking about. They run some black market action, and she wanted to get away from all that. And now she's being called back because something's happening with her sister. I don't want to give too much away, but it's all of that, as well as the world building, the status quo of the government, how it's running, the religions, how that's going. The main character, this bounty hunter, being pulled back to save her sister, and kind of like the sins of the father, where she has to return home, how you can never go home again. She has to return home and get back in with her family. And then the twists and turns really start happening at the end, and it starts broadening up as the ending just happens. And I'll tell you, I did truly enjoy this, and it was such a breath of fresh story air after I'd been doing so much epic fantasy. I really did appreciate that as well. But here, I'm going to break a long-standing rule.
What rule is that?
I'm going to break a long-standing rule, and I've probably told you a million times. Don't get in between a man and his wife or partners of any kind, right? That's their relationship. They, don't. But let me tell you, at the end of this, I read his author notes, and it's like, hey, so glad I listened to my wife about writing a shorter book. I got to go against the wife.
Really?
I got to go against the wife. If I could ever just go over to Michael R. Schultheis's house, it's like, show me your story notes, because I bet you he's got thousands of years of this journey from our solar system to this, and how the religions work, and how the government works, and how they were formed, and how I bet he's got this all charted out, and I bet I could have gone on for so many more pages about what was going on. He does a fine job of giving you a slow drip. It almost starts out with her doing a bounty hunter case. It's kind of like you're watching an episode of Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's stuff you can easily grab onto and understand. But then as it's expanding, it comes and goes so quickly. It's almost like that. Hey, I'm going to give you a taste of something really good, and it's free because I know you're going to come back. I absolutely want book 2, and I could have gone for another 100, 200 pages of this, fleshing out this world and these people. The main character, Avela. I could, she's been in the armed services. She's had some rough times. She had to leave her family. Her and her mom never saw eye to eye. Her and her dad even least so. And it was just kind of hinted at here or there of some of the things that happened in her past. I would have loved some character flashbacks to relive these things with her as she's going through this current case, to really get into the psychology of what she went through and who she is and how that's built her into being the person she is, and just more time with the world and the lore. So I gotta vote against the wife.
See, isn't that a bad thing though? Because you want book 2.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I just hate.
It got you to want book 2.
I absolutely want book 2. I just hate saying to somebody, "Hey, I disagree with your wife." That breaks a big rule for me. But in this case, Michael, I disagree with your wife. I could have gone on for a lot more pages. And then it's right back to epic fantasy. We got to catch up on some Cosmere, one book a month. And wow, guys, look at this. I'm going to finish this up probably tomorrow. This is Tress of the Emerald Sea by the Human Storymatic 3000 Brandon Sanderson. If you just leave him alone with no light and food and drink, he's going to write a book.
Have you been doing more than 100 pages a day? Because you seem to be significantly further than I last saw.
I've been doing a little bit more than 100 pages a day. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
This book is so charming. If this book was any more charming, I would have to cut it up into little pieces and make a bracelet and wear it around town. That's how charming, charm bracelet.
Okay, sure.
That's how charming this book is.
You just got to find the weirdest way to say things, man.
Well, that's why people tune in.
Is it?
It's how I sleep at night, by thinking that.
Well, whatever helps you sleep.
It is important at my age to get a lot of sleep. So, it's so charming, and it's such a cool world. It's a secret project. I don't know if people out there have gotten to it. I know a lot of people have, but like me, they're probably coming to it late. So I'm going to say as little as possible. Other than, look, we all know Brandon Sanderson knows how to work in front of an audience. Like, he keeps us involved. We all know if we check his channel exactly where he is in revisions for Stormlight 5. We know everything that's going on with him and his work. And I'm struck by these secret projects. The first one I've read here, it's like he's honing his craft. He's working on different things, and he's doing it. I believe he wrote this for his wife and himself to work on some things. And now he's given it to all of us so we can share this bit of artist journey with him. I know a lot of people will say, he's not known for his prose. He's not known for, it's a very workmanlike narrative that just gives you the story.
Well, you've said that.
I've said that. And other people have said that. And it's true. But I think in this, he's starting to work around a bit more style, a bit more metaphor, a bit more... And look, I just have to read a little bit of this. And this won't give any story beats away whatsoever, but I think it'll illustrate what I'm talking about. And he's, again, working in front of all of us. He's becoming a better writer and sharing the work just with all of us. So
let me get some mood lighting.
we're going to get... Well, that just turned everything off.
Yeah, it's moody.
Okay. You're in charge of production, so I'm going to let you make that call. I love memories. There are ballads, are personal foundation myths, but I must acknowledge that memory can be cruel if left unchallenged. See, memory is often our only connection to who we used to be. Memories are fossils, the bones left by dead versions of ourself. More potently, our minds are a hungry audience, craving only the peaks and valleys of experience. The bland erodes, leaving behind the distinctive bits to be remembered again and again. Painful or passionate, surreal or sublime, we cherish those little rocks of peak experience, polishing them with the ever-smoothing touch of recycled proxy living. In so doing, like pagans praying to a sculpted mud figure, we make our memories the gods which judge our current lives. Not just workmanlike. I mean, he's growing, he's expanding, he's using language in a little bit more of a lyrical fashion to make you stop and think and go back and maybe reread that sentence or that paragraph over again, which has not been something that I've noticed myself doing or being pulled to do in his other work. So as he's thought he was just going to write this behind the curtains, thought this was just for him and his wife or himself to push himself, to go somewhere different as an artist, and now he shares it with all of us, so we get to see his growth. And I so appreciate that. And I so appreciate the charm of it. And as I've said before, he is such a romantic, and this book just absolutely drips with romanticism. And I'm a softie as well. So yes, am I reading more than 100 pages a day? I absolutely am. And I guess I will be finished with this tomorrow.
That's quick.
Yeah, very quick. So, and then what am I, more sci-fi palate cleanser. Another very short, self-published, indie-published book, Tempest, a novella by Thomas Bottea. He was so kind to send this to me, and I know it took me a little bit of time to get around to it, but I'm trying to break up some fantasy reads by these sci-fi, little sorbet, palate cleansers, sci-fi novellas this month, and I can't wait to get my thoughts out to him. So next week, Thomas and everybody on the Weekly Reader, I will have that read, and that will not take me much time. I think that'll
take you a day.
That might be a day or so, yeah. Maybe 2 at the outside. And I have to thank Tor. Sent me a copy of The Silver Blood Promise by James Logan. This was not initially on my TBR for this month, but Tor sent me this book. I'm seeing Patrick talk about this book. I'm seeing Mike is reading this book, and look at the cover. Just love it. And I was so excited to get this, and it's been on my list, and I just, you know what? I just threw a curveball. I'm going to just throw this in.
You got to pull something out to be able to fit that into your TBR.
I'm going to have to pull, look, I'm 2 books into the Bulgarian, and and I think I'm going to take maybe a month off of that to throw a little something different in. Or if this reads really fast, I may have some time at the end. We'll see how I feel, if I want more epic fantasy or if I want a little different flavor. I'm just trying to keep things moody. What mood reading? Curveballs. Yeah, I can't do that with buddy reads. I can't do that with Patreon reads. I can't do that with some Cosmere catch-up reads. But if you find a little bit of space here and there to just shake things up a little bit, I think it could be cool.
You sound really excited about this.
I am. I'm really excited to read this. Absolutely. I hear really cool things, and Murphy read it and liked it. I'm really.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm really excited to pick that up and grab that. So, just reading alone this week was huge.
And yet, there were other things that made it bigger.
There was other things that made it bigger. Are you kidding me? What happened on the channel? Well, let's look at this last week. Mm-hmm. My amazing wife first appeared on the channel. We both read, she had been trying to get me to read the first Patreon read ever for years, honestly. It's pretty bad. It's embarrassing. And I had never got around to it. And then it won the first Patreon read. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to reread it. And I said, great, well, let's both talk about it on the channel. And she was such a great sport, willing to do that, and had a good time.
Did she really?
Yeah, she wants to come back and do something else.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
does she know what she wants to do?
We're picking something. We're talking.
Okay.
My people are talking with her people, and there's discussions, and that.
You don't talk to her directly?
There's a lot of contracts and stuff to work out. She has a lot of writers on her to appear. She has a lot of writers on her contract. Things have to be.
I wasn't aware my parents had this kind of relationship. It's a little concerning to learn.
You should be concerned.
That's not what I wanted to hear, Dad.
I got to pick out all the green M&Ms, and there's a lot that goes on.
You're scaring me.
Yeah. So, and then what else did we do last week? Oh, we only interviewed one of the legendary pillars of the genre, Janny Wirtz, and this is how amazing Janny Wirtz is. First of all, I read her book this month. I'd read the Empire trilogy, and I read To Ride Hell's Chasm this month. And just again, I had to go to the salon. Blew my hair back so hard, I had to go to the barber shop and get a touch up. That's how.
And you can't even tell.
No, you can't tell. So she's just so giving, so nice. I completely lost track of time. We talked close to 2 hours.
Did you really?
Yes. And in the beginning, I said, thank you so much. I try to keep these to an hour. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And once we got, it's just like, just you meet those special people in life and you start talking to them and you lose all sense of time and place because I just want to get from you. You're such a special person to me. I not want to lose that time. And just the most generous, kind, giving, amazingly wise, creative spirit. And if you have not checked that, interview out and you like fantasy at all, wow, you should listen to Janny Wirtz.
I saw that, well, I guess you let me know, that someone put it on the r/fantasy subreddit.
Yeah.
And someone commented and said, this is a very long interview, but was well worth it.
Oh, I didn't see that. I mean, I let you know when Janny let me know.
Oh, Janny's the one that found out?
Because you know me in social media, I'm not, I would not know.
Well, she had to find out who Michael B. Jordan was as well.
Oh, she did have to find out who yeah, she had to Google that. And if you're wondering why Michael B. Jordan's coming up in a conversation with Janny Wirtz, watch the interview.
Please do.
Yeah, but she does know now, and she does agree. So, and hey, last week also, you weren't here for this.
I was not.
But wow, look, this is, and I told the man himself this, Jimmy Nuts. I told him it's like, when I got the call to come on Chatting with Nuts, I felt like I got called up to the majors. It's like I got the call. I got the call to go on Chatting with Nuts, and it was awesome. We went for 2 hours, me and Jimmy too, and it's
really?
like I had no clue. I think it might have been even it might have been even a little longer than 2. It's like it went like, it's when you meet people and it's like, oh, we've been friends forever. We're just gonna have a frickin' party, and we progressed for 2 hours or so to just have a party.
I don't even know if you've ever gone longer than 2 hours with someone
We
before.
just cracked each other up. We just talked, but it was just a great time. And I cannot thank him enough for giving me the call, pulling me up to the majors and asking me to appear on his channel. It was it was a high point for me, and to meet him. And he's traveling this way. I think he's going to come by. I think we're going to throw a brisket on.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I think so. So that could be cool. Maybe we'll record some of that, or do something when he comes by. Hopefully come by. So how do you follow that week up?
I don't know if you can.
I don't. You know what?
I think we should just end it right here.
I kind of thought maybe we should retire.
Yeah. We've hit a high.
We have hit a high.
It was fun while it lasted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's I don't know how we can go up from here, but we are going to try. And here's how we're going to try. We're bringing in another special guest, and we are going to draw some lines. This is going to be Tuesday's video. I had to shuffle some things around. This is another. You're a film student. You have graduated, made your first short film. This is another film student, has not graduated, currently going to film school. You are going to be a team. I am going to be a team. Okay. And we are going to draw some lines. I'm going to come in with, I don't know, I'll come up with some categories. These are the best all-time flicks in that category. I'm going to give you two film students, one graduated, one not quite yet, and the power of the internet. You can grab your phones, grab your laptop over there, Google something. If you can come up with something that makes me go, oh yeah, you're right. That probably is better than my choice. If you can make a stubborn old man come off of his choice, I'll let you shoot me with a dart.
See, but I got questions.
Yeah.
First is, what if we agree with you?
I see the potential of that being extremely low.
But if you do Best Creature Feature and you say The Thing...
You know I'm going to say The Thing.
I know exactly that you're going to say The Thing,
but you would have to Google and look for something that maybe you don't think is better, but something that you could make me go, oh, I didn't think of that. You know what, mate?
Well, I know how much you love The Blob.
You're talking the original Steve McQueen? Like, it's hard to...
No, The Thing is better.
The remake?
No. The original, The Thing.
Steve McQueen. Oh, The Thing, yeah.
Yes.
I thought you said The Blob.
Yeah, no, to sway you, but I don't think that would sway you from The Thing.
I don't think that would sway me. It might,
The Thing is too great.
I'm just telling you, you have to think in lines of how to make a stubborn old man get swayed off of his choices to shoot me with a dart.
We'll see how this goes.
We'll see how this goes.
I'm not sure if it'll work out at all.
You know what? I just think it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about some movies. It's a different type of conversation.
My other question is, what if I come up with a movie that you haven't seen before?
Well, then you're definitely not swaying me. You're not getting
Well,
how to
that's
play
not
this
fair.
game. You have to look at things I've seen that might sway me off my choice. Not just movies you think are great
Well, then that's not
that
going
I
to...
haven't seen. How's that going to sway
That's
me?
not going to work at all.
Yeah, well, you have to think about it.
You're too stubborn.
Yeah, I am pretty stubborn. We'll see. I'm going to wear safety glasses. I know that because I expect to be hit at a
I don't think
timer.
you should. I think it's more entertaining if you don't.
Well, here's what's going to be the fun. We're going to talk about greatest flicks of all time. And this is going to open up the conversation for everyone out there in comments, and I love that. So we're going to get to go over a lot of folks' favorites flick, and that's going to just be a good time. And maybe you get to shoot me with a dart a time or two.
I hope so.
And then Wednesday on Chris's channel, Unlimited Reads, my brother from Australia has invited me to go on, and he just finished reading Words of Radiance, and he was so excited, so wound up and excited that he had to start emailing me like, oh, I just want to talk about, So it's, hey, would you be willing to come on and do just like all out spoiler talk about party time, Words of Radiance, what we thought? And it's like, oh, heck yeah, that sounds like a blast. So Wednesday, 6 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, I will be with my brother from down under, Chris, on Unlimited Reads talking about Words of Radiance. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then on Thursday, it is the inaugural edition of Town Square.
I can't wait for this.
I am beyond excited. These are all these people that are helping us build this channel. They have been sending us content. We're going to go through it. We're going to put it together on one video, and we're going to blow the doors off of this community and let everyone else's thoughts just come through this channel. And I can't wait to see what everyone's reading, what they're thinking, what they want to talk about. And that's all going to happen on Thursday, the first Town Square.
To be clear, if you are a patron on our Patreon, any tier can submit to Town Square.
Any tier. This is for you guys.
Yeah, you can scroll down to one of our earlier posts. The email address to submit is in there. And the final day to submit is Tuesday.
Oh, you're cutting it that close?
Well, we're recording it on Tuesday.
Yeah, so I'm just saying a bit like early Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
I'd say Tuesday by
noon Eastern Daylight Time.
Noon Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah. Give yourself a little window there.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I can't wait for this. I cannot wait to see what our community, our patrons have in store for us, and our first inaugural edition of Town Square. I can't wait for it.
Gonna be super fun.
Yeah, and then I think what's coming up after that, Sunday. Am I forgetting something? I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Then Sunday, we're right back here for Weekly Reader, and we're going to spin the big, bad wonder wheel of books to see what the read for next month is going to be.
I'm gonna make a bet right now.
Uh-oh.
You spin it way too hard.
Oh. Maybe I'll let Mr. Pooh come up and spin it.
I don't want Pooh up here.
I'm bringing Pooh up.
I don't want him
because I don't want anyone out there calling shenanigans like I got the spin just right to put it on something I would want.
I don't think you're skilled enough to do that.
I'm definitely not, but I don't want shenanigans even thought about. So I'm bringing up Mr. Pooh.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring up Mr. Pooh. So we have a chance of have another week another first Town Square. Come on, Words of Radiance talk. Dart shooting, this could be a wild week.
It will be.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah. So hey, the only other thing left is kind of what I've been watching on TV.
Why do you get so somber in here?
Look, I got to bring the room down a little bit on this.
Did someone die? What happened?
I got to bring the room down a little bit on this. Look, I could not wait anymore. I was gonna wait for all the episodes so I could just go right through it. But I thought it's far enough ahead. I don't watch a lot. I'll probably be safe. So I just had to start Star Trek Discovery because it's Star Trek. I love me some Star Trek. And look, I don't know if I'm the only one, but this show ain't going out on a high for me. Dang, this is better turn around. This for me, I just feel like somebody in the writer's room of Discovery was tasked with writing a new Star Trek game, and it was nothing but side quests, and each week's episode is a different side quest. It's like the worst of a Zelda game. It's like
oh, that's not fun at all.
It's not grabbing me. It's like every week, let's go find another piece to this MacGuffin.
How far in are you?
I'm like 3 or 4 in.
Oh, that's too many.
Guys, tell me in comments while I'm wrong. What am I missing? Like, it's not. I have liked this show, but I mean, if this is what they got for their swan song final season, it's time to move on. I got to agree with them.
Well, this was somber.
What did I say?
I don't like this feeling in here.
I don't either. You know what'll fix it? Yay! Bada boom, bada bing.
No, that just brought anger.
Fix it.
No.
Fix it.
Now I'm just angry.
Now I just want to. You talking to me? You just want to punch me in the face?
This is not getting better.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm going to punch you right in the face.
Do the outro.
Okay. Hey, if that was as annoying for you as it was Jacob, light us up and let us know in the comments. We love comments. I can't wait to hear your comments on what your favorite flicks are this week. I can't wait to hear your comments on our first town square. I love comments. It's the whole reason we started this channel, was to talk to folks that love books, the kind of books we love as much as we love them. And what a ride we've had. I'm going to answer your comments as quickly as I humanly can. And while you're down there, hey, that thumbs up, that Fonzie thumbs up, hit that. That helps us do everything here, helps us grow the channel. And if you stop by a time or two and you have not yet subscribed, or maybe this is your first time and you're like, that guy
sucks.
Yeah, he annoyed the flippity-do out of me, but for some reason I just want to come back. What are the odds?
It's a really masochistic scenario.
Listen, I could be a salesman. This is a great pitch. Look, that guy, I find him, whatever he is, I want to wipe him off the bottom of my shoe, but I want to come back and hate him more. So if you want to come back or hang out and talk books with some more, hit that subscribe button. It takes no time at all. Boop, it's like a millisecond. It's done. It's over. It's like getting a shot at the doctor's office. It's over so quick, it's not going to hurt. And
but it's not tedious or painful.
Afterwards, it feels good. It's like getting that lollipop. It feels good. It feels good.
I don't know if we want to compare subscribing to us like getting a shot.
I think you should start talking to me before I come on.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like you have
You really got to clear these outros with me, man.
I kind of feel like you got notes for me. Like,
I got a lot of notes.
Don't say this. Don't talk. Don't. I've wound him up and just let it. This is a dangerous situation you've put me in over here.
Yeah,
with
but
this
there's nothing I can
ginormous
do.
Computer.
I know better. There's nothing I can do.
No, you've created. It's truly like Frankenstein's monster now.
It's all out of my hands.
It absolutely is. I'm just gonna walk off into the Arctic. That's how this ends.
Take a shot and subscribe.
Take a shot. Take a shot for the team and subscribe.
Fall on your sword for us.
Lean in and subscribe to Talking Story.
This is horrible.
It'll feel this has got to end. Somebody put this poor crippled episode down. Okay. If you have stuck around this long, first of all, I'm sorry. Second, and B, you must be book people. And if you're book people in my book, that makes you the best people. My name is John Minton. That is
Jacob
Minton. Thank you so much. This has been Talking Story.